here. Let's take a look at the weekend clicks, at least up until this point. And for short, we'll just call it our TWIC Notes on head-to-head. Let's take a look. First of all, I wanted you to be aware of a story written by Jason Munns, the Southern Miss reporter for the Hattiesburg American, that says that Southern Miss netted a profit in 2013 in the athletic department. That's big news for a department that was on the wrong side of the budget when athletic director Bill McGillis took over a year ago. They report a $377,000 and change profit, up almost $200,000 in the AD department there from 2010. Over at Mississippi State at hailstate.com, they're letting you know that Jacob Lindgren, the first pick of the Yankees in the Major League Draft, was named a first-team All-American by Baseball America. His counterpart at Ole Miss, Austin Bousfield, who's going to be playing in the World Series in Omaha this week for Ole Miss, was also named an All-American, a third-team All-American by Baseball America also. Over at the Daily Journal, speaking of Ole Miss, at djournal.com, the Northeast Mississippi Daily Journal, John Pitts, the sports editor there, has a neat column called Anything Could Happen in Omaha. And he describes a conversation he had with a family member. It's an interesting and fun read. If you're a baseball fan, I encourage you to go there and check that out. Back over at hailstate.com, there are a couple of other things I want to make you aware of. First of all, there's a story there about season tickets. They've set a new season ticket record for football at Mississippi State. But because of stadium expansion, there are still more tickets available. Even though they've set the record now, you've still got some tickets that are available if you want to get in on season tickets for the upcoming fall. And the other thing I want to make you aware of at hailstate.com is on the Hail State Beat, the blog written by Bob Carskadden. Is an interesting story of the history of Scott Field, who it's named after, which is Don Scott, on the 100th anniversary of Scott Field, which will be celebrated this year. If you don't know that history, or if you like history, it's a very interesting and educational read about Don Scott, a former athlete, who that field is named after. Over at Ole Miss Sports.com, if you click on that, one of the first things you're going to see is track and field athlete Sam Kendricks has won his second straight NCAA outdoor pole vault. That happened on Wednesday out in Eugene, Oregon. So congrats to Ole Miss track and field athlete Sam Kendricks there. In Major League Baseball, a local son, Fulton native, played his college ball at Southern Miss, Brian Dozier, having a great year. But there's a story from the AP that says that Dozier had to leave a game against the Blue Jays after running into his teammate out in the field. He has a sore lower back, had to leave the game. And prior to that, he was batting .245 with 14 home runs and had played in every inning of every game this year for Minnesota. So he'll be out until he's healed up. In football news in the SEC at ESPN.com, their college football page, Brett McMurphy is reporting that Joker Phillips leaves the Florida football program. He was the receivers coach and recruiting coordinator. McMurphy says in his opening line that he may be leaving because of possible recruiting violations. Now, that's the only details given there other than a few fluffy quotes. We'll keep you updated. It's World Cup Day 1, and producer Rhino has his game face on. You need to listen in today, 3 to 6 on Super Talk Mississippi. He will be filling us in on what's going on with the World Cup. And also go to supertalk.fm, our website, and you'll see that on the blog, you just go there, go over to shows, you get the scroll down menu there, and down on head-to-head, you'll see the archives and the head-to-head blog. Just click on that, and you'll see a several-part series that Rhino has written for you, educating you on World Cup soccer and what you need to know. Really interesting stuff there. Also on the Head-to-Head Radio blog, in case you didn't hear it, Mike Bianco, head coach at Ole Miss, taking his team to Omaha for the first time since 1972, was on the show on Wednesday afternoon. That audio is posted, and you can listen to it right there, that interview from yesterday. So that's a look at TWIC Notes this week in Clicks, and we'll have more for you like this going forward on the Head-to-Head Radio blog, supertalk.fm, and see you this afternoon on the radio.